rolled a 5.
Hello and welcome to the Cowboy4Game Yu-Gi-Oh podcast. I'm your host Jake. Today we are joined by Ben from NolanTCG.
Hello.
And Locals member Kurt.
Hi.
How was our week in Yu-Gi-Oh? Let's start with you, Ben.
Well, it's a short week because we're recording this early.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Shh.
Recording this early because we've got states tomorrow.
It's absolutely Sunday. You can't prove otherwise.
So, how'd I go with locals?
How did you go?
I went X1. I switched my build for the first time since I literally bought the deck. So I've been playing the same Kashtira build the whole time. And then I switched to Hand Trap Kashtira. Didn't work very well round 1.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it much more fragile against decks like Sword Soul. But against other decks like Super Heavy Samurai, much, much better. Significantly better. So, yeah.
Just hoping for those meta matchups.
Yeah, I'm gonna play that tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. I can just fucking say whatever the fuck's my build because this is coming out after the event.
True.
And I can't wait to go X3 drop in round 3.
You're not going to do that because Kurt and I are going to come top and then you're going to be sitting there bored.
Nah, I'm just gonna leave his behind. I'll just leave his behind.
Don't you fucking dare. This is another reason why I should probably drive. You can get on a fucking train.
That train ride's got to be like 4 or 5 hours.
It's 3 hours.
Fuck.
I know this because of...
So just top and then you don't have to worry about it.
That's brutal. That's brutal. That's brutal. Don't do that to me, Jake.
How dare you? How dare you to go X1 at an event?
How dare I do well? Anyway, stop banging. You get really aggressive with the table tonight.
Once.
The listeners at home are getting aggressively assaulted in their ears.
Kurt, how was your week?
Well, I'll start off with Sunday. Sunday I went to the event in Sydney.
Oh yeah, Kurt went with
Alliance
us.
game.
Yes.
Yes.
I lost all 3 games straight away. My first matchup, I was playing tier, which not a great format for me at the moment, but
You took the gamble, you played tier, and then you just got fucking nothing but Kashtira.
destroyed. Game 1 was Mathmech, then game 2
game
was
2,
Cash, and then game 3 was Cash. Versus the second place of Chatswood in game 3.
Man was X2.
Yeah.
It's up to Kurt. Kurt's playing tier. He's like, oh, at least they're gonna win now.
Tuesday, I ended up borrowing a cash deck, and I went 2 wins, 2 losses, but I just don't like the deck.
Correct.
So
That's understandable.
the deck isn't enjoyable for me. Like, I like a combo deck that's just set a big boss monster, go.
Man doesn't like to have to play interactive Yu-Gi-Oh.
No.
What's this action? What?
Sometimes
what is that?
you flip your set cards and then you take it back.
You can dance if you want to.
So
Yeah. So yeah, what are you taking in tomorrow?
I'm trying Sword Soul. It's the deck that I came in with at locals starting. I'm gonna give it a go. It might give me something. Hoping to get my invite. If I don't, I'm still going to Brisbane.
He's just gonna come hang out. Man's never been on a plane before.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, it's going to be a fun trip for everybody, especially me. Yeah, so I suppose that's a good point. Just quickly before I get on to my week, it's
I
always
want to make a PSA.
I'm in the middle of my fucking PSA. You stupid bitch.
My PSA is a Pro Jake PSA. If you're going to States, no, not States. If you're going to Oceanics, bring Jake a birthday present. It's his birthday.
Yeah.
If you show up,
if you don't bring anything, bring me a win.
Jesse, I know you're gonna be there. And if you don't have a present for Jake, Jake's gonna cry.
Big Sag. It's my party, and I will cry if I want to.
It is actually the whole event is just Jake's birthday party.
I am that sad that I probably would organise a tournament for my birthday. Yeah, so onto my PSA. Kurt's raised a point that I've said for a long time. It doesn't matter too much what the meta is. At the end of the day, you have to play what you're most comfortable with. Playing the best deck in the room is not always going to be the best choice for you, so play what you feel is going to be best for you.
Jake's just justifying his choice of playing branded.
Oh, please. doesn't matter what the meta. Branded is just the new invoked. As long as they don't kill it off,
As long as
Branded
you
will
have
continue
3 Branded
forever.
fusion, you're fine.
Forever.
They're not gonna kill Branded.
Actually, I don't know
They have
when
more lore to
we're.
give.
Do you know when we're getting the
Ulti-Branded fusion.
those chaos cards? It's like Tribute to Dark, Summon a Light at the same level and all that nonsense. When are we getting those?
Oh, I thought we got those.
We have not.
Okay, I thought those were the shitty chaos commons from like 2 sets back.
No. We just got monsters for that.
Well, don't know.
Because those open up some kind of nutty stuff for...
They could be in the next main set, but that's like 3 months away.
It is a while away. But the main thing it opens up is that I can put Invoke back in.
More purple
I
cards.
apologise for nothing.
More purple cards.
Yeah, so my week. So yeah, Sunday we talked about before. Tuesday, feeling more confident with my build and not having to verse quite so many decks that I wasn't familiar with, I ended up winning locals. Hurrah for me.
Coincidentally, it's the first locals Jake hasn't played me in a very long time.
Yeah, but I also have in my head now how to actually play around
played me.
the Kashtira setup. Like, ideally you want no back row and then you don't have to deal with it. But the idea is that you summon the Rinbrum and then use the Mercuria to search Albaz. You don't use the effect of Rinbrum straight away. Then you go Albaz effect. They have to chain the thing and then you do the Rinbrum.
Hear me out.
No.
What if you just Lightning Storm Gamma them?
Yeah, I don't have room for Gamma.
Find room for Gamma. Lightning
No.
Storm Gamma against Kashtira is real nice.
It is, but like I said, don't have room.
Okay. Because now sitting here like,
Branded's very
why am I
tight.
not playing Gamma?
Yeah, that's
No,
like the only
it's
thing
insane.
that's annoying with Branded is like it has some really bonkers stuff it can do, but it's all relying on one-offs. So you're playing so many garnets in the deck and so many combo pieces that you have to play that you can't just like, oh yeah, I've got like 10 free spaces in the deck that I can just whack in tech cards and whatnot.
Yes.
But yeah, that's the payoff. So yeah, I'm a lot more confident now in how the current line works. Regrettably, and I don't feel good about it, I am playing Gimmick Puppet. I don't like it, but in the current meta, it just seems to be the best way to play the deck.
Jake be like,
You have to.
they activated a Macrocosmos on me. I will make sure they cannot play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, I very much entered my villain era. I'm just like, oh, you want me to not play? No, you. But hopefully I win some fucking die rolls, because I think I won 1 die roll last Sunday. So I need those to happen.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Would be nice. But moving on to some news. So currently in Master Duel we are in the midst of WCQ qualifications. I haven't been able to play nearly as much of it as I wanted
So
to.
you say mist. Mixed. I don't know how to say that word. Yeah, I have not even looked at it. Going
just
to
free.
put out the press release this morning.
It's free gems.
Free gems.
Free gems! I'm in.
Yeah, literally you just
Wait,
log in
I have to
and
play
then it gives
against
you
Kashira?
gems. No, it's not
No,
there
it's
yet.
not out yet.
No, I have to play against your element?
Yes.
Ah, fuck that. It's not worth the gems.
We're gonna
People are
install it on
hyping
my
up
iPad
Blackwing.
tonight.
People are hyping up Blackwing as a potential respondent to tier element. Possibly because there's a structure deck that people can pay
Blackwing.
for. But
Why?
I think because you set up the Bernie one and then once you activate 4 monster effects, it just fucking blows up the board or some
Dies.
shit.
But then they will trigger.
Well, no. You can set up 3 of the Burning Dragon, and they activate 4 effects, and they die. It burns them 2,100 each effect.
Or you just summon the one that's unaffected by other cards and you just wait.
It's only got 3k attack.
It's only got 3k.
It's fine, you figure it out.
Sure.
You just figure it out.
T has a field spell that gives them 500 attack.
Activate non-fusion area.
Okay, so not just an unaffected thing, also a floodgate.
Yeah, why don't we just play floodgates?
Because floodgates are bad.
Jake hates them.
I really do.
Non-fusion area.
I hate them.
I was actually considering playing the fucking the ice dragon and the fucking statue, fucking that one.
Oh,
Level 5 or higher floodgate.
yeah, grave of whatever.
Yeah, I considered playing that, and then I realized I only picked up 2 of these. I ain't playing 2.
That trap. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Grave of the Super Ancient Organism.
Yeah, that
That's
one.
it.
You can't play level 6 or higher.
Then indeed.
You can play them, but they cannot activate their effects or attack
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, rank monsters don't count.
until your rank monster goes away, and then you're like, oh no, I've locked myself out of my own deck.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
Because it's a rank, not a level. Yeah.
Correct.
That's
Yes.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah. Tower says hi.
Yeah, and also we mentioned in, I think it was the last podcast, that they had a proficiency check. It's not a solo mode like I was a little bit hoping for. It's just like it takes you to a separate website and it just gives you a rulings quiz.
It's a judge quiz.
Yeah.
They want to make sure they can get judges for worlds. For when the AI fails.
Oh
they
yeah,
can get judges
yeah.
in.
Just in case the AI doesn't work.
Yeah.
It would be cool to go for Master Duel. Or at least it would be cool to see what they do for Master Duel.
Well, they announced it this morning. It's the 3v3.
We knew that already.
Oh, they announced it this morning that the winner of each region has to pick 2 people who competed to go with them to compete in a 3v3 at Worlds.
Yeah, we knew that already.
Okay. Anyway,
But I wonder if they're still doing best of 3s or best of 1s. Because I know
Three
when they've
individual
done their
best
Master
of
Duel
ones.
Invitationals before, they've done best of 3s.
Yeah.
But they also went 3v3s. So, it'll be interesting.
It'd be best of ones because your whole side deck is literally the whole deck list.
Yes.
I wouldn't mind this. Because then
Smoke screen.
it just changed the entire deck.
Is that not what happened in those online events?
I don't think so. They still
should
stuck
be
with their main
3
decks.
different
Okay.
decks.
They probably have like a basis. That would be cool. Actually, I think it was
Going first, all floodgate deck.
I can't remember who it was.
Once
I
you've
think it
win
was
one, you can't use it.
I think it was DZeef that did it a while back. He
Shut
had
up.
like a series on his channel.
Building folks. Continue.
He had a series on his channel where like he'd invite other YouTubers and they did like a Hearthstone structure of things. So they would announce 4 decks that they would be able to play, and their opponent would pick one that they're not allowed to use, and then you have to win with each of the 3.
Okay.
I like that structure.
More variety. You don't have to play the same deck every single time.
Yeah, and you can't just bring the same deck. So, like in the current meta, you can't just
cash.
go, I'm bringing Tier Element with 2 Rhino Heart, I'm bringing Tier Element with 3 Rhino Heart, I'm bringing Tier Element with
Dangers.
the budget Rhino Heart, and I'm bringing Tier Element with Dangers.
This seems like something you would do.
How
To
dare you?
bring back
How
the
the fuck
format.
You'd be like,
You talk.
I'm
you
playing
want,
Tier
no,
Element
no, no,
with
no, no,
one
no.
hour
I'm not.
stuff.
I'm not
I'm
copping
playing
that.
Tier Element
You
with
give
2
me
hour stuff.
shit for playing the one deck. How
Yes.
many different decks do you play in Master Duel?
1 Gem Knight FTK.
And I'm not saying that you own that you play.
oh, I switch around.
No, you don't.
I do. What do you think I play at the moment?
Well, you were playing tier.
I
Well, you
played
were.
that for like a day. I was like, fuck that. At the moment, I'm playing pure Yusei Synchros.
Yeah, you announced that last week, and it's
Yes.
terrible.
It's fucking horrible. It's the worst. You don't have any hand traps, so you lose the die roll against
That's
any
your own
competent
fault.
deck you lose.
Just play
It's
next
your
to
fault for going full anime and being like, I'm not adding hand traps.
Exactly.
Even Yusei had fucking Effect Veiler.
Yeah, but it's not the spirit of the game.
Oh, it's not the same.
Not the spirit of the
You've
game.
turned B team and I hate it.
Look, it's not the spirit of the game.
It fucking is.
So,
Also, you say it's not the spirit of the game while deciding if you're going to side Grave of the Super Ancient Organism.
that's in the spirit of the game
No, it isn't.
because it says no to purple cards.
Racism.
Purple cards. And white cards. And
Anyway, from tomorrow night,
And green
when
cards.
I ideally have a bit more time, I would like to jump on and play some more games. I've gotten up to, I think, DLV 14 so far, which isn't that far from the starting point, to be fair. But
The starting
it's-
point is DLV 1.
No.
No, you just started higher because you're better than the average bear.
Average.
You're better than the average bear.
Jesus Christ.
What?
I also
an average bear.
No, I'm not doing that. I might get copyright strikes. So
Your impersonation's gonna be that good.
My impersonations are excellent, and I won't hear otherwise. I did buy the Sprite Blue mate, though. I forgot to put it
Why?
as my mate, because it looks cool.
Does it transform like the other one?
No, it has
No,
electricity.
it's a normal mate.
Ah,
They've only done 2 deluxe mates so far. One for his scaly waifu deck, and Guy the Dragon Knight. He's like normal Gaia, and then when you summon from the extra deck, he becomes the fusion Gaia.
okay.
Gaia the Dragon Champion.
Yeah, that one.
Remember when we almost got that as a fucking Starlight Rare?
We did.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah, we did.
That was absolutely a Starlight Rare. It was one of the first that we had.
It was in Rise of the Duels, wasn't
Yeah.
Yeah. Such a good set to put such a shit Starlight Rare in.
it?
Positives, negatives. It's fine. But moving on to the physical card game, not positive, not at the moment anyway. We have announcements of some stuff that's coming in Age of the Overlord, which I think is the set after Duelist Nexus or whatever
Starting
it
to
is.
get those announcements.
Yes. So
I just feel so far behind.
we do feel like, and that's the thing. We announce these things so far in advance before we get them that by the time they come, I've forgotten about them.
We get dinosaurs next week.
Yeah, I don't care.
Next week when this comes out.
The less I hear about dinosaurs until they come out, the better. But
I
anyway,
got Dino DNA.
so the pendulum
Jake's
stuff
gonna retire.
that's been announced
He's
is
getting that old.
all in regards to Zark. So it's all light support for Zark. They've got a new sort of, what's it called, Supreme Gate Magician. Cheats out another scale if it's in scale. Oh no, sorry, it's monster effect.
I was gonna say, is it one of the ones that when it dies?
Oh
it
no,
goes to
sorry.
Scale?
No, sorry, I am wrong. So yeah, it destroys itself in scale to set one of the gates from the deck, except itself.
So you
And
said
then-
the 0. Yeah.
Yeah, or 13.
Isn't that the one? Doesn't that one have a restriction?
You can only summon darks from hand.
The
It's your
0
first-
doesn't have a
It's
restriction.
your first turn, you don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, more often than not, it will be 0. But also while it's in scale, your Supreme King Zark cannot be banished by your opponent's card effects. Because it already can't be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects.
And that's Supreme King Zark? Or is the Supreme
No,
King
no, this is one of the supports.
Okay.
And then if you have a Supreme King Gate as a monster, if you have a gate other than itself in the Pendulum Zone, you can send a Pendulum Dragon, Exceed Dragon, Synchro Dragon, or Fusion Dragon from your hand or extra deck to the graveyard, and then special summon it from the hand.
Oh, that's disappointing.
That's fine.
It would have been cool if it had a negation.
I mean, once you have Zark on the field, do you really care what your opponent's doing? I don't think you do.
Zark is surprisingly easy to out.
When it can't be destroyed, targeted, or banished by card effects.
Yes. Take over it.
Not everybody can do that.
It's 4K, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, easy. 5-headed dragon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everyone's playing 5 dragons.
Yeah, I know.
No, you just play 5-headed dragon. It's a ready fusion target.
No,
No.
Why not?
level too high. He too big. Need to be more skinny.
Instant fusion times 2.
You know, Jake, I would have accepted you to say it's an effect monster, but no.
It's not.
I mean, even if
is.
Is it?
even yeah,
5-headed dragon is an
it can
effect
only be
monster.
destroyed by light monsters. That's its effect.
Yeah.
Ah, what the?
But also, ready fusion only summons 6 or lower.
Ah.
Anyway, they also get a.
Even those 5 heads.
They have a light worm to go with the dark worm. The light worm is trash. But then they have a retrain of Zark.
See, I thought this was what we were talking about before.
No. So this is Supreme Celestial King Odd-Eyes Arc Ray Dragon.
Sounds fun to say. Say that 10 times quick.
I don't want to write that on a deck list, so I might not end up playing these. Same materials as...
Play Jake.
Well, it's a fusion, of course I am. So, its materials are the same as
You wanna
Zark.
play the materials.
It is treated as Zark once on the field. While it's face down in the extra deck, you have to either summon it properly or tribute a Zark that you control to summon it. And then when it's summoned from the extra deck, you can place a pendulum monster from your deck in your pendulum zone. And then if it's destroyed, you place it in the pendulum zone. What does it do in the pendulum zone? Where's its pendulum effect? If you have 2 cards in your pendulum zone, special summon this card, then you can shuffle 1 card in your pendulum zone into the deck. Then, if you returned then if it returned to your extra deck, you can special summon it, ignoring its summoning conditions.
That's dumb. Like, I get it, but it's dumb.
I think it's made to cheat out some of the more ridiculous Odd Eyes extra deck monsters that are like Synchro, Pendulum, and all that nonsense.
Old man shouts at Arc V Cloud.
They did get a searcher for the worms, like Dark Worm and Light Worm,
Yeah.
but it can only be used during the main phase. But if you have Zark in the field, you can special summon it.
You can also
correct.
just fucking play Foolish Burial or Dragon Shrine to search those
I'm not saying that these
in a
can't...
better way.
Look, it's there if people want it. It's okay.
Like, I would much rather that searcher just say, send it to the graveyard.
So,
It's better that way.
is this like a new main set?
Yeah, Age of Overlord is the main set that comes out after Duelist Nexus.
Yes.
Okay. So we're getting more in this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully
There might be
stuff
one or
better
two
than
more
this.
cards that they announce with this, but yeah. When they said Overlord, I'm assuming that at some point they'll probably do Mech Lords as well. They don't need
Ooh.
more support.
No.
No one cares.
We're getting support for Orgoth the Relentless.
Perfect.
Yes,
Die roll decks. That's
please.
exactly what we want.
It
Dungeon
is.
Dice Monsters.
Yeah, where's the reprint of Dungeon Dice Monsters? Every time we bring this up, I look on eBay to try and find some, and there's just the same guy selling it for $150, but half of it's broken.
Oh.
Perfect. That's exactly what you want. So, speaking of exactly what you want, we have the announcement of the next OCG structure deck retrain, which is very much not what people want, because apparently it skipped over 2 and just went to this. So it is the Fire
We've been doing that
Kings.
for a while.
Yeah.
Expected.
Yeah.
Maxi, you know?
Why would we know that yet?
I don't know.
Also, we won't get it.
I want Maxi.
No.
Give us
No, you
Maxi
don't.
back. I want Maxi.
You think you
don't?
do, but you don't.
No.
I want to go through it again.
You
Not
went
again.
through it the first time.
Yeah.
I wasn't even in the
You
first
have-
time.
It was shit.
It's not good. I hate it in Master Duel.
It means I can draw my kaiju for a Rise Heart.
It also means your opponent can do that.
I still find it so funny that at locals back in the day, like in Fusion Sub-Zoo format, people were just playing the Maxi as they're in the hand trap. So if you got Maxied, you could just Fusion Sub-Zoo until your opponent decked out like a certain amount of cards, and then you would just play present card. So if you drew present card, your opponent would have like 30 cards in hand, and then draw phase, you just go and discard your whole hand, draw 5. It's good times. It was funny.
FTK.
The one time I remember, like, dropping Maxi on Zoo, just playing full ball, I went first, and it was like an okay board. It wasn't a great board. It was Mermails. But as soon as he went to summon the Trident, I striked it. And he had nothing, and I had like 12 cards in hand. But anyway, back to Vikings. So this one is going to be released in the OCG on September 9th. So we probably won't get it until early next year.
I wonder if as a part of the retrain, they will get an updated mechanic that doesn't make them suck.
Nothing that indicates that so far.
Fire King Island 2. You destroy your own monster and discard your entire fucking hand and concede.
Don't need to shit on them yet. We don't have any idea what these are going to be doing.
I played them in Duel Links for a while. It's not that bad of a deck.
Why
It's
are
not.
we-
It has a negate.
We're getting so much fire support.
Yeah, they do that
Because
sometimes.
it's the year of the flame.
Is it?
No. Ben is talking
It is.
absolute nonsense.
Only
Yet
every year
again.
they do a different element of support. For the last 17 years, it's been dark. For the 3 years before that, it was
Oh yeah,
white.
every year they pick one, and
Yeah.
they've just been
coincidentally
hyper-fixated
just
on
happened
dark.
to go light, dark, light, dark, light, dark, light, dark, light, dark, light, dark.
Now there was
fire,
another piece of
Wind,
support.
water, light, dark, light, dark, light, dark.
Yeah. Everybody get one, except for light and dark.
Oh wait, I missed Earth.
Support that I really
Take it
don't
out of Mince
understand
Peters.
why.
It's fine.
Support that I don't understand why we're getting, but apparently, well, I know why we're getting it, but I don't like it. Sky Striker Ace Camellia,
And why are we getting that support, James?
because
Skies.
whammon.
Wham.
Okay.
People in the OCG and the TCG are obsessed with this archetype. They need to let it die.
I'm really happy that no one's playing it anymore. Even though we're getting engaged too.
I mean, yeah, if the rumors around the
Shifter beam.
rule changes are to be...
Why?
Because you
'Cause
can't play it.
It's the exact same. Yeah, it said in the tournament policy, the one where
Oh.
Engage was at 2, that Shifter was illegal.
Guess we're getting it.
Imagine
Is
out...
Shifter banned in Master Duel?
No, it's
No.
a 2.
Ah.
But imagine a world where we had those 3 cards that were released in the tins: Nibiru, Dark Ruler, and Shifter. And
Everyone's-
Shifter's the first one to go away.
To be fair, Shifter was always the worst one, but it was not the most playable.
Played one, yeah, because not all decks could use it.
Yes. The decks that can use it, fuck me, they abuse it.
Yeah.
Actually, I had Leo messaging me today. He's like, so does Shifter do anything against branded? I'm like, no.
Yeah. Kind of.
It turns them off for
A little.
maybe a turn.
It also turns them on. Because they get the banish effects.
Yes, that's exactly what I said. I was like,
Yeah.
it stops the Mirror Jade and maybe the branded in red, but that's it. And it's just for a turn. And if they they can still do Gimmick Puppet combo from that point, so they'll just do that.
Does Mirror Jade have to go to grave to trigger its nuke board effect?
No, just has to leave the field.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. So 90% of the
Actually,
deck's still on. It's just no
If it
graveyard.
gets banished face down, does it trigger?
Yes.
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was like, because it goes to a private knowledge
Yeah.
location.
Yes.
But a Rise Heart just overrules that.
What?
A Rise Heart overrules the private knowledge.
Technically.
For you.
Yeah. Technically.
But anyway, back to Sky Striker support that I hate. Link 2, Dark Machine effect, top right, bottom. It's not terrible for the deck, to be honest. Has to be Link summoned, but no one cares about that. Especially not the people making the rules for the fucking remote duel that we're in.
Is it actually Sky Striker?
Yeah. Sky Striker Ace. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I read something saying it wasn't, but
It shouldn't be.
it's meant
But anyway.
to be.
So, once per turn, if you have
It's a
3
die
or less
striker.
spells in your graveyard, send a Sky Striker card from your deck to the graveyard. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one monster your opponent controls, special summon this card onto their field, and if you do send that monster to the graveyard, also shift control to this card. Oh, hang on. Shift control to this card's owner during the end phase of this turn.
So it's a kaiju.
Yeah, a card you from the bin.
Interesting.
A kaiju
And
that
also,
you can
it brings
summon.
itself back to their field in the main monster zone.
Yeah. So if your opponent's playing Striker, it's not going to work because they can just link one with it.
Yeah.
It's during the end phase.
Now it comes back to you during the end phase. But you kaiju your opponent, then they go, make Hayate. Hayate effect. Next bit of support, Jake.
It's not generic.
We don't want to talk about Sky Striker.
That's a good question. Where's the link material?
2 monsters, including a Sky Striker monster.
It doesn't say that.
What'd it say then?
I'm trying to find that. It doesn't actually list what its material is, but I'm assuming it would be.
Yeah, if it's generic, that'd be insane.
Generic kaiju from the extra deck.
Exactly.
When are we getting those?
Fucking never.
When are we getting kaiju?
Right? Can we not?
Kaiju support.
What was... So kaijus were a TCG exclusive archetype. What was the Japan exclusive kaiju? Was it Super Mecha Anti-Kaiju War Machine?
I think they did more spells and traps for them, didn't they? But yeah, I think eventually they made the good anti-kaiju.
Neither of them have ever been played in a serious capacity.
The better anti-kaiju.
Phantom Kaiju Anti-War Machine?
Lava Golem.
Yes.
Just double checking if there's anything else.
Any more news? That's
Okay.
not Sprite Blue. I still don't get why you went for Sprite Blue.
It looks good. That's all you need.
I've had Totally Awesome as my mate for a long time now. I don't like it.
No, they animated the eyes weird. It looks.
Yeah, it looks derpy as fuck.
It looks dead inside.
What a greed.
We don't know what the effect is yet, but we do have a V-Jump promo that's going to be coming out soon. And so far, it's called Super Future Polymerization or Over Future Fusion.
More purple cards.
So
All
it's
the words that he said there were actually its name. All of them.
Hmm.
Put together in one big ass fucking... Imagine writing that on a
Super
deck
duper
list. Oh.
insane polymerization.
so in the artwork, it's got sort of the normal Future Fusion artwork, but then it's also got skyscrapers in the background. So
Skyscraper
Ooh,
was
E-Hero.
the- It was Skyscraper.
Well, it was just one skyscraper before, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was always that building.
Yeah, but now it's got more.
Now it's got lightning.
Well, it always had something coming down, didn't it?
Yeah, but now it's got more. It's got...
Okay, we can both be right. It's okay.
What's it gonna do?
We don't know, but I'm assuming it's going to
Use
be
the whole build.
a slightly worse version of the original effect that we already had.
It's going to fusion summon.
Yeah.
In a couple turns' time.
It'd be cool if it sent to fusion summon, but like the first one you can't activate its effects, and then the turn after it put them back. Just do it again.
It'll just summon heroes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just gonna summon heroes.
Exactly.
True.
It's just gonna be the original future fusion effect locked to heroes.
Ben,
What if it negates?
it could do, but it won't.
GP.
More excitingly, Stardust support. So,
We're already
this
getting a bunch that we haven't gotten yet.
yes, well, you're getting this one, Junk Mail. So, Synchro Mail, so that it uses a card as material, cannot be destroyed by battle.
This is
If
a
this card is
monster?
in your graveyard and you control a Synchro Monster whose original name includes Warrior, Synchron, or Stardust, except the turn is sent to the graveyard, special summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. Level 1 Earth Warrior Tuner effect.
Okay, so it's bad.
I mean, the non-destruction by battle is decent.
Like, look,
Yeah, but...
no, it's bad.
you
You just summon Jet Synchron from the deck instead.
don't get rid of things by battle anymore.
Yeah.
You can sometimes. Not often, though.
Not sometimes.
Ooh,
It's
questions.
not often.
Sometimes, but not all the time. Sometimes, but not all the time.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. So, we move on to our Discord. If you weren't aware, we have a link in the description below. Feel free to jump in, say hi, and ask us questions. So our first question this week comes to us from Matthew Mack. His question is, what is the most based deck? Two of us are too old to fully understand the question. Kurt, what's the most based deck?
I don't know. No, I'd say T.
Morphtronics. it's,
T.
it's Morphtronics.
That's an FTK. That's not based.
No. Trust me. I'm playing Morphtronics now. It's really fucking bad.
Hmm.
I don't know what in that deck actually have TKs.
Power Tool Dragon?
I mean,
Does
it's,
I think so.
No, Power Tool's just part of, like, setting up. I think it's more the fact that you just loop a bunch of materials, gain a fuck ton of life points, and then, like,
Oh, this
because
is
you've
not-
got
this
so
is-
many materials,
This is the shit deck.
you do
Yeah,
other
Shit
shit.
deck.
This isn't my Morphtronics. I was like, there's Morphtronics here. None of them do anything. That's Morphtronics. Oh, something's going on outside.
They're
Russia
arguing
and
over
Randy
what the
Savage
most
came
base
back to
deck
life.
is.
Oh yeah.
Base deck. I don't know. I'm too old.
It's Morphtronics.
Yeah. I might get clarification on this question and come back to it, Matthew. I'm sorry. But he did ask another question. What is the best card you've ever pulled?
Starlight Rare. But which one? I just for contexting the situation into the card. It was the first Starlight Rare I ever pulled, the Seahorse.
Oh, you pulled the Marincess?
Princess Seahorse.
Damn.
From one pack after locals.
Nice.
And I
Nice.
was like, oh boy. It's a good day. That was a good day.
So how many Starlights have you pulled all together?
3.
3.
Yeah. 3.
And 3 as well.
How many Starlights have you pulled?
4?
4? Fuck you.
But whose is the best one?
All mine have not been very expensive Starlights. I think the most expensive one was like $300.
Yeah, I've definitely pulled more expensive Starlights than
the
that.
Ultimate Slay was worth more than that.
I think yours and mine are probably on par with the most expensive.
Yeah.
Um,
What was the one you pulled?
my best one or just the
Your
one?
best one. What
My
were the
best
4
one.
you pulled?
The most expensive. Okay, so the 4 that I've pulled, I pulled Ghost Mortar, I
Yep.
pulled Triple Tactics,
Yep.
I pulled
Triple Tactic.
what's its fucking name? The link to of Tri Brigade,
Fergie.
Fergie, and Cartesia.
Interesting.
I think I win.
What'd you get?
Wind Charmer Virgin.
Yeah.
The verdant one.
They always go up. You still got that, don't you?
No, I sold it to Luke.
Ah, okay.
Got to my money for that one.
But there's like a full-on fight happening outside. I don't know if you can hear this. But yeah,
Arguing over starlights.
Macho Man Randy Savage came back from the dead, and he's just fucking going at it outside. He's like, oh, yeah! And everyone else is like, mate!
Jesus. Next question comes to us from 6R6. How many times can you repeat a word for emphasis, exaggeration, before it becomes unnecessary or annoying?
Are we getting called out here?
I don't know. I hope not.
Do I say a word a lot for exaggeration or emphasis? Busted. Broken. Gadget gamer. Where is...
That's an interesting question we have next.
So, complete sidebar. I need to build the Fortune Lady deck so that I can judge my fortune every day.
Wait. No, that's not Fortune Ladies. That's Fortune Fairies.
I need to build a Fortune Fairy deck so I can be like, bad luck. Bad luck.
No.
Bad luck.
You still
We should
need to
top
make
deck
the
for tomorrow.
Fortune Lady deck, though. Considering you're making the Sign of Dragon decks, you need to make the...
Yeah, but they're not dragons.
Yeah. There's no
And
Sign
also,
of Dragon in
they're
Fortune.
fucking
Signer
terrible.
decks. You need to make the, Earthbound decks.
No, well, once the new support comes out, maybe.
Yeah. New support comes out? Yes.
I'd be down to do Earthbounds. I love Earthbounds.
Things becoming annoying, repeated. Yeah, I don't know. Like, depends. Once you notice it, yeah, then it's shit.
Yeah, there used to be a guy at my work that always said, instead of saying all I'm saying is, he would go, all's I'm saying is. It triggered me so hard every time. It hurt.
Yo,
It hurt.
Jacob, all I'm saying is we gotta sell the property.
He wasn't from Boston, but I appreciate the effort. Our last question comes to us from Naya. If you were able to give the best deck, to be given the best deck, but had to kick someone from locals, would you do it? And who would it be?
Sorry,
And why is it Josh?
You know what? That's a good point.
So if I had to boot someone from locals to get the best deck, yeah, Josh would go. I don't know, because the best deck is like an ever-changing thing.
Every format, someone goes from locals, but you get to play the best deck.
We just play Survivor at locals.
Yeah, it's-
You are the weakest
I
link.
wouldn't get rid of anyone at the moment because I don't like the deck.
Everyone's just
If
on
it
their
was-
fucking toes. Whenever a deck's getting printed and it's gonna be good, they're like, fuck, I gotta be nice to Jake. Shit.
I don't know.
Nah, locals is getting too brief.
There's not enough people.
Yeah, we finished really early the other night. And we still had 4 rounds, and with the time increase.
The time increase. Because I told Jamie.
Yeah, he didn't even
there
do
was
it.
a time increase.
That means there was an extra 10 minutes.
That's fine.
And we still got to KFC early enough that the food wasn't shit.
Yeah, that was impressive.
I was really happy about that.
Yeah. We were like going into the 4th round, I was like, fuck. KFC's gonna be shit tonight. Then we got there at a reasonable time and it wasn't.
It was great. The chips
So
were
for
fresh. The chicken was
context, by
fresh.
the way, our local KFC just stops cooking at 10. So if you get there at
Stays open
10:30,
until 11.
yeah, if you get there at 10:30, they will just tell you some stuff is unavailable, and then just give you the fucking cold shit that's been sitting on the racks.
And in fairness to them, I understand from my time working at a food court Macca's, like, you don't want a heap of stuff available towards the end of your shift because then it just goes to waste. But at the same time, it's like, you can't just tell your customer that 90% of your food's not available. It's
See.
not how it goes.
When I was a wee lad, Jake,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
my good friend.
That's the one thing you can't be saying over and over.
No, I will always say it.
Oh yeah, circle back to that. So yeah,
It's when I was a wee laddie. So yeah, one of my good friends' sisters was a manager at KFC. They used to just overcook, put it all into buckets, and take it home. So
Yeah,
she'd
see, I
come home
wasn't
at like
like
2
that.
in the morning, and we'd like still be up playing the Xbox, and she'd just come in with like this big ass fucking bucket of KFC and be like, "Here, boys." It's like, "Thank you."
So here's the thing: I was good at my job, so I didn't like go out of my way to make wastage. But again, when I was a wee laddie,
When you were a wee laddie,
you'd say it's so slow, like so slow,
yeah,
it hurts.
yeah.
In fact,
I'm
it
still
becomes
that wee laddie.
unnecessary and annoying. So
It is what it is.
back in like before I was doing manager type stuff at Macca's, we all had like a Friday night shift, me and all my mates. So we'd all finish at like 11:30. We'd all get like a dinner box and then take it back to someone's house, and we'd stay up like playing PlayStation and playing like poker and stuff until about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. It was very fun.
We used to just not go to sleep. Legitimately, we just not go to sleep.
Again, this isn't a competition.
Yeah, look. Stories of Ben's childhood. One time we were up playing Guitar Hero, and then again she came over with the KFC. I'm like, yes.
Which
and then one of my friends, this would have been Guitar Hero 3. And then one of my friends was jamming a guitar solo and fucking tried to spin the guitar around his neck and then put it through the wall. This is at like 3:30. No, it didn't wake anyone up. We were just like, let's
Take it out of the wall. Let's keep
play
playing.
Halo instead.
Jesus. Yeah, so that does conclude us for this week. If you are listening to us on a streaming service, feel free to favourite us.
Oh, wait,
Apparently,
sorry. I need to give a PSA.
this happens every time I go to do the
Another
fucking outro.
another PSA from my childhood. If you have an Xbox original and an Xbox 360, don't think that you can put the Xbox original on its side like the Xbox 360 stands on its side.
No.
Your disc will go inside of the console.
Ooh.
Or just fell out of the disc tray into the machine.
Yes.
Yeah.
That happens. So
Because it
if
doesn't
you're
have the
going
side
back and you're
view.
doing some retro gaming, don't do it. We also melted an Xbox once. We played it for 72 hours straight. And, like, it was one of those clear white ones that you could see through. And, like, all of the insulation just melted. And it was just a puddle at the bottom.
Ah, perfect.
I was like, oh, yes, this doesn't work anymore.
When did the game stop?
It still kept going for a little while. It just, like, smelled really bad. And then it stopped working.
The 360 weren't like advertised on their sites.
No, it was an Xbox original. Yeah. Those were the days. Continue the outro.
I wasn't an Xbox kid, for context. I actually didn't play Xbox much, if at all, when I was younger. It was just PlayStation.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy, all the way.
I had a PlayStation, but always wanted a Xbox.
Xbox superior.
So like,
No.
we had an Xbox. So me and my friends, we had one of us had the Nintendo, one of us had the Xbox, and one of us had the PlayStation.
That's a,
We were just like,
Good
yeah, cool.
setup.
You
Good
just go
setup.
to each other's houses for whatever you want to play that day.
Actually, there was kids, again, just delving back into history here.
We're on
There
a
was-
fucking tangent here.
There were these kids that lived down the road from us, like they were family friends. I didn't like any of them, but they had
Surprise!
they had a Nintendo 64,
They ate
which
their veggies. Jake didn't like them.
they drank milk with their dinner. They were fucking freaks.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a problem.
So I didn't like any of them, but they had a Nintendo 64, and they had like Smash Brothers, Pokemon Snap, all the good shit.
Yep.
So I like forced myself to be friends with them just so I could play the games. And now we don't speak to their family. That does conclude us for tonight. Thank you all very much for listening and watching. As I was saying, if you are listening to us on a streaming service, feel free to favourite us. Apparently you can ask questions on Spotify. Feel free to submit them through there. If you're watching us on YouTube, please like and subscribe. As I've mentioned before, I would love to really get up to 1,000k. 1,000k would
Fuck
be great.
yeah, we're getting 1,000k. Off
Just-
to the moon, baby.
1k. I would like to get to 1k subscribers before the end of the year. And yeah, jump into our Discord, ask us some questions for next week, and hopefully we'll be able to bring you some top profiles from the States tomorrow. Question mark.
Goodbye.
You shut up. I will.
Okay.